Guys, Josh here from the Sunshine Tribe. Trust you are all well. I'm sitting out here in my backyard in Noosa on the Sunshine Coast in Australia. Beautiful rainforest in the background. Birds are chirping, the sun's shining. Life is pretty good. So I was talking to you guys a little while ago about a conversation I had with someone in our 7-figure tour business program. It was a fellow who's built a really great business, but he's got a really strong reliance on just one online travel agent doing about 80%, 85% of his bookings. And I was giving you my thoughts and the advice that I gave to him about diversifying, getting a whole range of revenue streams, a whole range of distribution channels, a whole range of different places where you're driving tour bookings from. I had a couple of really good questions about that short video. And the major one was, but Josh, when it comes to commissions, how do we justify offering a 25% commission to an online travel agent or to a travel partner? I'm doing a lot of my sales direct, and I just don't have that amount of buffer in my rates, in my margins, to add in a big chunky commission for a travel partner, for an online travel agent, or in some cases even for hotel concierges. So I'm a bit hamstrung as to where I can get my bookings from. And I thought it'd be a really good idea for me to give you my perspective on this and my take on building a commission and commission levels that certain distribution partners require or demand, I guess you could say. So for me, if you're paying a commission to a distribution partner, a travel agent, an online travel agent, anything like that, my take on it is that you can be assured that commission, that percentage, is being put to really good use marketing and promoting your tours. So a travel partner, for example, they're the ones out there pounding the pavement. They're doing the trade shows, they're doing the travel missions, they're doing the sales calls, they're doing the networking events, and they're hosting the familiarizations with travel agents coming to Australia. They're talking about their company, but they're also talking about you and about your tours and promoting the types of tours that they use, that they build into their itineraries. So they are putting that marketing spend, that commission, to really good use marketing and promoting your tours. And it's marketing dollars that you don't need to find. On the flip side, we all love direct bookings, and as did I. It's really, really great to drive plenty of bookings from your site. But the reality is, you're investing a lot to get those bookings. There's a really chunky marketing spend that you need to find to drive those direct sales. That's the reality. So the beauty of a distribution partner who works on a commission basis is you don't need to find that up front. You pay them when they deliver the booking for you. So for me, the balance is beautiful between distribution partners where you're paying commission and also driving direct sales. If you can get that balance right, then you're really destined for success. That's the reality. So people say, well, what do we do if we just don't have those margins in our rates? Well, for me personally, the way I started my business was that I decided on day one, effectively, that I wanted to work with distribution partners. So the first thing I did was to build in 25% into my rate structure. Now that pretty much instantly made me a premium product. It made me a product of a high price point. It made me a lot more expensive than all those other man-with-a-van operators out there who were doing something similar. So from day one, my problem didn't become how do I pay the commission because it's just not in my rates. It was there. My challenge became how do I justify the value? And that is the challenge that I worked with right throughout my time in business. And it became very easy, and it really spurred me on. It motivated me to continue to raise the bar, to create experiences that were loaded with unique features that were different to all the others. I was that orange to that apple. I needed to, in every possible situation, differentiate myself so people couldn't compare apples with apples, my tour with another tour, and say, why are you 25% more expensive? So that was what and when my business grew, my team grew, my reservations staff grew, people actually booking these tours, creating those itineraries and selling tours either online or over the phone, they were well versed in fielding that sort of question. So when they got it, wow, you're quite an expensive product. Can you tell me why you're more expensive than other things that I've seen, in Melbourne? And they got to the point they would rub their hands together and say, very great question. Let me tell you why we're different. And they got really good at justifying the value in the tours that we provided. So for me, the advice that I can give you is to, from the very word go, build in that commission I'd recommend something like a 25% commission into your rate structure. Yes, it is going to make you a very expensive tour in comparison to others potentially, but your challenge should be justifying the value in that higher price point, and that's the challenge that you should be aiming to work with or to solve right the way through your time in business. So, guys, hope you took something away from this today.